Donald Trump is one step closer to returning to the White House. Let's bring in Julia Benbrook from Washington now. And Julia, Trump's election victory has been certified on January 6th, no less.
In just 2 weeks, Donald Trump will be sworn in as the 47th president of the United States, marking a significant political comeback. And a joint session of Congress today certified the results of the 2024 presidential election. That has to happen before inauguration takes place. Now, the electoral vote count is typically a procedural event that did not receive much attention until January 6, 2021, when a violent riot took place at the Capitol and interrupted the certification of President Joe Biden's win. Prior to that riot, Trump spoke with supporters in Washington, repeated falsehoods about the 2020 election, and said, quote, "We will never concede." Now, additional security measures were put into place this year. The Department of Homeland Security, for the first time, declared the certification a national special security event. Now, as vice president, the person that Trump competed with for the White House, Kamala Harris, presided over the certification of the election results. And she called that a constitutional duty that is a sacred obligation. Both Harris and Biden have promised a peaceful transition of power.
Now, Julia, outgoing President Joe Biden encouraged Americans to remember January 6th in an op-ed in the Washington Post. What else did he have to say?
He did. He said that Americans should remember it and not rewrite it. He went on to say, remember it as a day when our democracy was put to the test and prevailed. Now, Biden has already hosted Trump at the White House once, and he's extended an invitation to host him again on the morning of inauguration. Biden's confirmed that he will be attending Trump's swearing in. That's something that Trump skipped back in 2020.
So now that the Trump certification has concluded, what's next for the Trump administration?
Well, Republicans have control of the White House, the Senate, and the House. They have a trifecta, and they are starting to release some of the details that Trump and his GOP allies want to get done in those first 100 days. It's an ambitious plan that includes enacting sweeping tax cuts, addressing border security, and raising the debt limit. And during a leadership and policy retreat over the weekend, House Speaker Mike Johnson told Republicans that Trump wants to get this done in one sweeping bill, one big, beautiful bill, as he calls it. And that could create some complications because when you put a lot of things into one piece of legislation, it can be difficult to get enough people on board.
All right, Julia, thank you very much. And that is CNN's Julia Benbrook in Washington.